Greg Powers, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and I'm joined out here at South Oak Cliff by linebacker Brandon Jones, who's one of the top-rated players in the entire state, one of the top linebackers. Man, full of blessings. You got a lot of offers coming in, but you also won back-to-back state championships at AT&T Stadium. Why don't you kind of walk us through what that was like?
It was a great feeling because we've been there once, but people say you can't do it twice, and we did it twice, and that made us immortal.
You were there for both times. That was obviously a sweet feeling on number one, but you said, like you said, there were some doubters there on the second win, but y'all proved those doubters wrong. Did it make it even a little bit sweeter?
Yes, sir, because at the beginning of the season, like, we went 0-3. We lost to big schools, and they thought just because we lost there, we weren't going to beat the big powerhouse Argyle. And then we came in fifth round, played our game, and now we were back at state.
Watching you play during your sophomore year, I mean, obviously you were a guy that can make a lot of good tackles, but this is like the year that I would say you grew into yourself, right? Like you became a leader on that defensive side of the ball. What do you feel like you're bringing to the table? What are your strengths? Why are all these colleges, extending you offers and want you to play for their programs? What is it about Brandon Jones that makes him special?
Because I got, like, the speed. Like, you can't teach how to play fast and how to use your feet and be, like, see the ball, get the ball.
Speed linebacker, that's like a new age thing, right? Like you're one of those guys that can cover, can come down and make good tackles. But one thing that I watched on your tape that I feel like really pops to me is your ability to read and react quickly. You know what I mean? You don't take any false steps. You get downhill quickly. Is there anybody that you feel like, wow, I watched that guy. I want to be like him someday. In the NFL college game, who do you like?
I like Michael Parsons.
What is it about Parsons' game that stands out to you?
He see ball, get ball. Like, when I watch him, like this past week against the Buccaneers, he was on everything. Like, he was back there making plays a lot.
Uh, a lot of opportunities coming this guy's way. He's already got 14 scholarship offers. We'd be here all day if we're going to break down all those offers, man. We can't talk about them all, so I'm just going to kind of pick some out to pick your brain about. And I kind of want to start here, at least somewhat locally, right? TCU is a school, they played for the national championship. Obviously, you guys have a winning pedigree here. You probably want to play for a winner in college. There's also a unique connection because a couple of your offensive linemen are going over to TCU, and Big Bubba and Big Mike. I know they're in your ear about that program. What kind of stands out to you about TCU?
It's a winning program just like us, and, like, they have, like, the championship pedigree. So if I go there, I know they get me better and have me, like, as better as a person and get me ready for the NFL.
The people are going to ask this a lot probably, but TCU success on the field, does that resonate with recruits? Do you guys notice that?
Yes, sir.
Um, Oklahoma State, that's a school that's had success recruiting the hallways of this school that we're standing in right now. There's been guys that went here and went on to play at Oklahoma State and been successful. Big 12 school, what do you like about the Cowboys, and what are you learning about that program as you go through this process?
As I watch it, like, I think it was last year, I seen them put, like, small linebackers in the NFL. Like, they can produce small linebackers, so you don't have to be big, like 6'2", 6'5". You can be 5'10", short, and you can still make it to the NFL.
Um, Kansas, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know a lot about Kansas myself. So won't you educate me a little bit on the Jayhawks program and what keeps it relevant? Is it just because they have such a presence here in the DFW?
Yes, sir. And this year, they did way better than they ever did. Like, this year they went 6-0 their first games. They went down because their quarterback went down, but if he would have stayed, I feel like they would have been, like, competing for a playoff spot.
They definitely seem to have a good coaching staff. Like you said, like it seems like they hit the switch and just like turned it around overnight. Um, I think Arizona State, that's a school that's going to start catching traction in Dallas because they have Rashad Samples coaching there now, Brian Carrington coaching there. Both guys have had success recruiting this area. Won't you just kind of talk about the Sun Devils and what keeps them relevant right now on your list?
It keep them relevant because we had a player that used to go here, Jadon Smith. He was number 2. He went there and he made it seem awesome.
As far as your decision-making process goes, I mean, it could be down the road. We might be here next signing day covering, when you put your hat on and when you commit to a school. But what's something that you feel like you can't live without? Is there something that you're really looking for as you go through these visits and questions that you want to ask these coaches, or even if you don't get to ask the coaches, something that you got to check off Brandon Jones's checklist to make sure that school has for you?
Can they develop me as a man? Like, keep me on a good pace my whole life.
Great answer from Brandon Jones as he navigates through a tricky recruiting process here at South Oak Cliff. A lot of colleges coming through all the time. Everybody wants a back-to-back state champion on their roster. So, man, thanks for the time. Good luck as you go through this process. And, of course, we'll see if you can three-peat next year, and good luck with that.
Yes, sir.